On the daytime
So wait, I haven't even explained in yet. Just keep talking. Everybody, Timmy's still drinking. Timmy's got his mixed drink. Chris is on his phone.
Okay.
No. Yeah, okay, all right. Wait. Welcome to the Red Match Podcast, the automotive podcast where five dudes sit in their garages or hidden bedrooms and drink and talk about cars. Welcome to episode 6. It is just the 5 of us tonight. Got Kyle back in for his second episode. Kyle, great to have you back. Thanks to have you
Thank
guys.
you.
And to what Mike was trying to get before we started, as is tradition at this point, 6 episodes deep. What are we drinking, boys? What are we doing?
So our service manager, before going to Mike's wonderful wedding, won a golf tournament and gave me the proper 12 whiskey that he won from it.
Fuck
So
yeah.
I took a shot with you guys before the show, and I'm just drinking straight whiskey.
Wow.
Slow your pace on that one.
Wow.
Nah, let it ride.
It's
Fuck
cool.
yeah.
Hey, get ready. Get
Let
ready,
it go.
Chris. He gave me the day off tomorrow.
That's the manliest drink Jimmy's ever drank on the show.
I'm sorry. What?
I mean, it wasn't at work. It was like an after work phone call. But yeah, we talked, and he gave me the
Okay.
day off tomorrow.
Like,
Timmy, you're not
is this a
talking about-
positive or a negative?
Positive for me.
Okay, but is it a negative for work? Or is it just a
We'll get Alex. We'll talk about that
Yeah, it
later.
doesn't
Okay,
matter.
all right.
We'll talk about
Chris-
that after.
Chris,
After
I already know what Chris is drinking, but Chris, tell the folks at home what you're drinking right now.
Casa Dragones tequila.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
like
the
a-
dragons.
The mother of dragons
Again.
returns. But what did you just take a shot of? What did you take a shot of before we got on cam?
Casa Dragones tequila.
Lying.
Nothing like coming home to a nice glass of Casa Dragones tequila.
Okay.
Casa
Switch
Dragones, get
gears.
that
Bullshit.
sponsorship. What's up? You boys
Is
got
that
silky smooth on
a
I mean, if
sponsor
someone wants-
2020?
Someone wants to pay me, I'll drink it. Got it.
Amazing. Mike, what are you drinking?
I am sticking a little local here. Got a little Aloha from little Loomis Basin Brewery right there. which
I've
is-
never had that.
Dude,
Is
you're,
it good?
You're missing out. You're
I
missing
feel
out.
that.
Like
And
Thomas
then
Logan.
for the shot, I had what I had last week. I had the Bullet Bourbon, the double barrel.
I just had the same
Mm.
thing. had
Like
the same thing.
dude, so
So
smooth,
good.
easy.
Not even
easy.
gonna lie. After that last episode, I straight up went to Bel Air and copped a bottle for $27.
Told you.
Not even gonna
Hell
Super good.
Dude, like I was like, really? It's that cheap? Okay.
It's a $40 bottle for $27. We take those.
Dude,
We fucking take those.
I wasn't trying to buy whiskey, but I was like, I can't pass that up. I can't pass it up.
Yeah.
Kyle, you still menage a trois in it tonight, or what are you drinking?
Not tonight. Tonight I have a little Bon and Vive.
Ooh.
He's watching his
That's a
girl.
canned wine. Is that canned
Got
wine?
it. No, it's like a
Like
little
a seltzer,
thing.
right?
Oh, damn!
Oh.
That's fucking
I gotta
damn, Daniel.
watch my girlish figure. So
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's it.
Do you drink
That's
it with
true.
the pinky up or no? Is it like a pinky up?
this episode I could probably do that. So
Is it
I
like a
mean-
chow, bruh? Or
I
just
mean,
like a-
those are actually super solid because you have like a couple good gulps and then you like top it off with a little
I
vodka.
bet you do.
Yes,
have
sir.
I'm
Oh.
just saying.
Mm,
I'm just saying.
mm.
What?
Just saying.
Vodka?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
a
Oh
vibe.
yeah, dude.
It's a vibe, dude. It's a
Yeah,
vibe.
bro.
Vodka
Like
seltzer.
you just kind of get a little
Nah.
swirl. And
Yeah.
then, bro, like you get like 2 of those max. Because my
Chris
gulp,
doesn't know what he's doing.
it's a gulp, and then top it off with some vodka.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. I've
Kid,
done
why
it.
you
It's not even
hating?
bad.
I
You
hate
got
that's
Jose
just-
Cuervo for a freaking shot, and you're hating on that?
Damn,
Vodka
call
and
him
seltzer
out.
sounds like you get in fights afterwards.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying.
You weren't there. You weren't there at the bonfire for my shit. Kyle loves fights. Loves them.
No,
I
not
enjoy it.
that we had a fight. I'm just saying, but Kyle.
No,
likes
we
to
didn't
fight.
have a fight. Kyle just like the Lord of Drywall himself.
We love Kyle.
Actually, the background right here has no holes you can see. It's that
That's-
side. So
Right, see?
Yeah.
Big brain. Big
it's
brain.
like I gotta
Keep
let
it
me
on the
pull
old lady
myself
side.
back. Yeah. Let me pull-
Fucking
I
bolt
have-
Damn it!
I have one of the funniest names beers ever.
Dude,
Cabana
I
Hammock.
almost bought that today.
It's good, dude.
Is
Yeah,
it?
it's a hazy double. It's got some
Okay.
heat on it. Yeah,
Okay.
I like it. We fucks with it. We
Okay.
do it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that's where
So-
all you get. Yeah, that's
Yep.
what we're doing. What were we gonna say, Mike? Hit me.
We're all
Hit me.
drinking. I think we're gonna jump into it, man. We were all talking about off camera, so got to brainstorm about podcasts. And what is a car that everybody would import? In the United States of America, let's be honest, we get shafted. We get so
Heavy.
shafted with all of the cool
Yeah.
cars that there's stuff that I've dreamt about coming to the United States for years and years and years and years. And you just high end cars from Audis, BMWs, Mercedes. I mean, there's Lexuses I'd love to bring in, a couple Acuras I'd love to bring in that are not available. I mean, and that's just a start of a list. So, subject today is what would you import? Now we kind of talked about a dollar amount, but at this point, I think you gotta have your one car, right? There's the one
Yeah.
car that you want in the United States. Growing up as a kid, now, I mean, I think it's gonna be a surprising conversation from kind of what we talked a little bit earlier. But who wants to start? What car would you import, and what is your dream thing that you have to have that we got shafted on that never came to the United States?
Before we even go there, let's discuss why we don't get shit. Some shit.
God.
Right?
Oh,
And let's go into because there's some super dumbass reasons that we don't get some
Yeah.
cars, right? One
What's that?
is Americans don't buy good cars. We buy dumb shit. We buy crossovers. We buy fucking, you know what I mean? We'd rather have
Impalas.
have a crossover than a wagon. The only cool performance wagon you can
SS
even buy
Impala.
in the States, the only cool performance wagon you can even buy anymore is an RS7, which I just saw my first one day before yesterday.
Really?
Brand new, dude. It's the same blue as Timmy's car. It's almost the exact same car as Timmy's car, but fast and with
the fast.
I'm kidding. He's fucking way fast. No, but with the long roof, right? And it's you've already seen them. I'm sure, if you haven't seen the videos of RS7 wagons drifting in the snow and shit, that thing is,
It's a wagon.
it's so fucking badass, dude.
I know.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of that, our old coworker that we all know, Candy, recently got married. Congratulations to also Mike, who got married.
Yeah.
On
Oh yeah,
fucking
no shit. Mike got
Sunday.
married. Hey,
Congrats, Mike. Yeah.
To Mike.
Yeah, dude.
Mike is
When
now
you-
married, man.
when you guys listen to this, it'll be a week and a half prior, but whatever.
Right. But Candy came to work on Saturday, and she recently got married, and her husband gave her a Navarro Blue RS5 Sportback.
What?
And she now drives a fucking RS5, dude.
Is she
I
looking?
was so mad.
Is her husband looking for a side piece? Because
Hey, Timmy, turn your camera off and turn it
yeah,
back on.
turn your camera on and off. Yeah, Tim, your shit.
Why does it do this to me?
You got a weird
Because your
smirk on
camera-
your face.
Because your
You're
camera.
really good
your-
at holding that pose.
yeah,
He's stuck
your
here
whole
like-
computer costs $40. There you go.
Your dog's back there on the couch. It's funny.
Oh, dude, I thought Chris's camera fucked up. That's how long he held that pose.
Wait, so did it glitch and my dog did instant transmission onto the couch?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty much.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
I can't
crap.
see that far, but I'll take their word for it.
I can't wait to watch
Um,
the YouTube video.
Yeah, so I will
Me-
start. I'm more than happy to start with what car, and we can talk about why we didn't get them.
Wait, I'm curious if we're all going to choose the same car. If there's going to be a
I-
large majority of this.
I
No,
can almost
no.
guarantee you we're not all going to choose the same
It's
car.
Alex, dude. None of us are the same as Alex. He's a weird cat, bro.
That's
I
a
fucking-
great
Yeah.
point.
That's
He's just
I
a weird
like
cat.
I like fucking
He likes,
I like
he likes
weird shit. I like weird
Yep,
shit,
yep.
and I'm not going to be shamed for it. Okay, I fucking flat out
Shame.
refuse.
He's probably gonna
And-
say that Nissan patrol car in Saudi Arabia that they put 2 J's.
Okay, first of all, it's pronounced petrol.
Mike.
Second of all, you put it arbitrary. Don't fucking talk shit about my baby like that. Okay, that thing is great.
I want the Vanta Black.
We
Well,
drive
that's
on
the
2
black-
wheels.
I put out my
Chaser.
cigarettes in the skulls of my enemies. That's racist as fuck. I'm Iranian. I'm allowed to say shit like that. Fucking before everybody
Whatever.
claims.
All
me.
right, all right, all right.
So,
Okay.
if I could, the car that I wish that we got, and I do have a spiel about this. And can you guys already see it? You guys can already see it.
Yeah.
Yep.
JZX 100 Toyota Chaser. Straight
Dude,
six,
that is so
turbo, manual, sedan, rear wheel drive. What the fuck? We
Ooh.
never got enough of those in the States. I'm sorry. The
Ooh,
last
Yeah.
one that we got is a car that's near and dear to my heart, which is the Chevy SS RIP BB.
Okay.
Right, which you could get with an LS3, T56. So again, just a 4-door Camaro, right?
Yeah.
And it was rear-wheel drive, and it was fucking sick, and I loved it, and
Yeah.
I miss those. So the main reason why I like this is 1Js, 2Js, solid as fuck. Straight sixes are dope. They're just fucking super stout. We talked about
Yeah.
it on an early pod, but we cut the whole section out because I was fucking hammered and it just devolved into nonsense. So I just took it out of the podcast altogether.
Uh,
But it's cool because I can talk about the stuff that we were gonna talk about then now because one, we've all forgotten it, and two, it's like it never happened because it never made it to the internet. But no, I mean I think that like that's a big thing that Japan has always had is they've always had like stick shift rear wheel drive big body sedans. Like this is
Yeah.
I mean by today's standard is a chaser like a full size sedan? No, but I mean you got to look at how fucking bloated shit is anymore, right?
Oh yeah.
But back in the day, like I mean it's like a fucking Camry or a little bit longer than a Camry with rear wheel drive.
Yeah.
So you can slide it, you can do scumbag shit in it. They come with they come with 1Js. Somebody's gonna flame me and tell me there's a later generator. I think it's the Mark X that had a 2J in it. So you're talking like 4-door Supras, basically.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like the closest thing that we have would be like a Lexus LS 4.
I mean, it kind of looks like an Acura Legend.
Well, yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah,
It's
for sure,
like
100%.
it's like cars,
scroll
Japanese
down a little
cars. What's that?
Scroll down a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean, you don't see a whole lot here, and I can look up some other photos of it. But there's your 1J, right?
But I mean, yeah. Is
Oh, that was the
so
top. That was the top
essentially?
rank.
Yeah, this is a top rank.
So is this
Dude, I'm going there
essentially
on
like
Friday.
what an LS became? Is this what an LS?
No, this is
Okay.
a car. So like the like the SEs, like the
Yeah.
SC400, SC430s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the ugly ass
Those
car in
were
today's world.
those were Soarers. Those were Toyota Soarers, and this is a Toyota Chaser, right? So this is full on a car we never got. Like we just
Yeah.
That's the
you
one.
have the
That's the one Adam LZ has, right?
he has one of these, yeah. So like the Aristo would be like the GS,
Dude, that's dope.
right? And then I can't remember what the fuck they call. I don't know if they even got an LS or if it was just a Mark X or something else. But
Yeah.
so it's just this long line of like Japanese shit that we didn't get. And
Right.
obviously for me, it's like, dude, I want to slide shit around. You know what I mean? I don't know. I really gravitate towards that type of stuff. And the long and short of it is like we never got this stuff because like we don't buy this shit. Like even if I mean, for one,
Yeah.
you know, you have the whole issue with sports sedans in the U.S. that was dominated by German cars, right?
Oh,
You had the M5s, you had the even the 190Es, the M3s, all that shit back in the day. It was just a German car thing. There weren't a whole lot of competitors. And when Lexus first started, you know, when Lexus became a brand, they just went full luxury. And granted, the LS is like still it was a sick ass car. Lexus plays the long game, right?
Dude,
Look at
I would
the
totally
LSA.
drive an
Yeah.
LS right now too, but it's not performance oriented. It's all luxury oriented.
It's all
But that's-
right.
Yeah.
But that's a Lexus
Yeah.
brand, though. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Oh,
That's-
dude.
that's-
Okay.
that's
You can
is
fall
that a whole
asleep.
brand?
I
I
mean,
mean, because you
as
talked
a
about
whole, but you think about the concept of Lexus. The concept of Lexus was to be the luxury brand to Acura.
Yes.
Or-
Yeah.
Toyota.
Right.
No, it's
Toyota. So I mean, that was their entire persona from day one up until
Until the
probably-
LFA.
Yeah.
Until the
Yeah.
LFA.
Honestly, I mean, yeah, they literally didn't have. Yeah, they had these big LCs or LSs, whatever they were, 400s that had the V8s in them, but it wasn't performance oriented. It was literally about comfort. They had air suspension. You didn't feel the road. It just glides down the road.
I
That's the
mean,
Lexus. Up
dude,
until
like
Alex said, the LFA.
my
Yeah.
2010 GS that I had before trading in for the Audi, bro, that car rides just as smooth and as comfortable as the Audi. The Audi
Right.
just has the performance.
I
And if
want you
we're
guys to
real,
look at
I shouldn't have traded that
Dude,
shit
that's
in.
sick.
That's pretty sick.
So this is a Mark X. This is like a later chaser, but it's like they like it's fucking they're badass, right? They're fucking badass. And we
That's
just we don't get shit like that. And so like the LS is, and I only know this because I one day, very long ago, my homie goes, "Hey, my buddy's gonna come pick us up," and I'm like, "Okay, cool, it's all
Cool.
good, right?" And he rolls up, and this is I had what year? This is like 2013, dude, right? I had an RSX, and this LS 400 rolls up. It's slammed. There's no exhaust on it. It's loud as fuck. The whole rear bumper's missing, right? And there's just some like crazy fucking white dude driving it, right? And his like homies in the passenger seat. And so I
Chilling.
get in the back seat, and he's like, "Yo, we're gonna roll to my crib. We're gonna go chill, whatever." This is maybe a 5-mile drive from from my house to this dude's house, and I swear to God, we were sideways the whole way on the back street to LA. And he's just fucking swinging this giant car around like small side streets, like in Los Angeles. And I was just like, and it's an automatic, mind you, and he doesn't have an e-brake, so he's just literally just like ripping it left and right, mashing the shit out of the pedal, locking it into gear, doing this whole thing. Scared the ever living shit out of me because I was already wasted when I got in the car. But that was kind of like my first experience with like I'd ridden and driven 240s and shit like that, but like until you've been in something that's like damn near 4,000 pounds sideways, even if it's only 35 miles an hour around a corner, like it feels like this shit. There's no support. I'm on a bench seat. You know what I mean? I'm just fucking like doing all this shit in the back seat. So yeah, long and short of it is Mark X or like a Toyota Chaser or something like that. That's something I wish we got because
Okay.
that's like a cool first car for a kid.
That's tight. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, oh, I
yeah,
got a
hell
4-door.
yeah.
I can take the homies. I got a manual. I can slide around. I can do like not like any one of our parents would have let us have that as our first car,
Yeah,
but like
no,
whatever.
for sure.
Mhm.
For sure. Okay, so we got Alex. He's got his little Mark X. Chris, where you at?
I'm at R34 GTR.
Oh yeah.
Well, I
This
mean,
man just said
On-
fuck a price tag.
yeah, okay.
Fuck a price tag.
No. We were talking about period correct, right? So back in the day, what you could I'm sure you could have imported one for 35 grand, right?
I mean, dude, they're everywhere. They're
Back
everywhere in
me.
Japan.
No,
R34?
no, they're not. No, they're
No,
not.
they're
No, they're not.
R34s, no. Okay.
Really?
I'm gonna look it up, Mike. I'll look it up.
Side,
We already
Well,
know
no,
what
no,
it
no,
is.
like-
hold on. Side note to your R34 conversation, because again, in previous podcasts we talked a little bit about this. About buying R32s.
I don't think this made it on the. I don't think this
Okay,
part
this
made
may
it
have
on
not
the
have made it on
podcast.
there. But they literally did not. They made like 10 or 12,000 R34s.
Oh, they're
It's a
limited.
little
R34s are very limited
Yeah.
in what they
Really?
are. 100%.
globally.
Yeah.
It's like
Globally.
11,000
Yeah,
of them.
Like all these dudes building all these crazy ass R34s. There is literally this much to this much in the world.
That's why it's
I mean,
such a big deal that Adam LZ has.
Oh.
and legit, if you can get your hands on right now, and like a lot of the big YouTube guys have done this, they go to Japan
Right.
and they buy one. They go buy it for 60 grand right now.
Uh-huh.
Because in 2 years, when you could import that car, that's $100,000 to $150,000 car, hands down,
So-
all day
so
long.
a-
Sure.
So
All
an
day long.
R34 spec nerd just sold for like $500,000.
Oh, I saw that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$500,000?
So the
Yeah.
V spec nerds are like some of the fastest ones. I think it's those, the Autex, and the Z Tunes. I think the Z Tunes are like the top.
I think
because-
Z-Tunes is very top. I think
Yeah,
Z-Tunes
because
is
those
Bro.
were ones that like Nissan bought back and went. If I'm not
ham
fucking
on.
mistaken. Yeah, well, yeah, they
Ham.
bought them back and they went back through them top to bottom and just redid. Like they redid the turbos, they redid the cams, they redid all types of shit. And there was only like 500 of them, maybe probably
Jesus.
less. There's probably
Yeah.
less. So those are super rare. And then you have the Autex, and then so like the V specs in the
V-specs.
purple.
Well, there's
Right.
V-Spec 1 and V-Spec 2, right?
That is true. There's a V spec
Yeah.
too. Those in the purple go for a lot of money. The
And the
Autex, the NERS, and then the Z. I think I've only ever seen like photos of like the same Z Tune ever. I don't think I've ever seen like
Yeah.
more than one. So
Jesus.
Dude, that one right there on that white one in the Wikipedia screen, I'll
Yeah.
take that. I'll take that one. That's
That's
fine.
clean. That's clean.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's
Yeah,
a
that's all I
V.
do.
That's a
Okay,
V spec
okay,
too.
so
That's a V
the-
spec.
Coke White
Explain,
R34.
Chris.
Why is it gotta be
explain
Coke White?
Explain why that's
He
your
doesn't have to
car.
explain why he wants an
Yeah.
R34. It's a
Whoa.
fucking R34. Like, it's
Okay,
like why do you
hear
like?
me out.
Give him the benefit of the doubt. but
Hear,
yeah.
hear me out.
Hear me out.
I would either Gallo 12 or Gallo 24 swap that bitch.
Fuck off. That's it.
Oh,
Podcast
God.
is over. Booting him, kicking him
Get
out.
out.
Listen,
Ah,
I
Go
would
away.
Gallo 24 swap this bitch on some TE37s on some Raceland coilovers. It'd be well within budget.
I
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
that
yeah.
our fucking podcast was about being budget.
Yeah,
This
right.
man
You
said,
had
I'd buy.
Raceland coilovers in there.
Buy
That's
an
budget.
R34
Legit,
and
legit.
I like
Okay,
how he
well-
went like $5,000 set of wheels for that car, and then like $200 coilovers. On
Right,
like a
right,
$500 car.
Exactly, right.
$100 Gallo 24.
I hate you
Cheap ass.
so much right now.
So, anyways,
Oh,
anybody who listens to this podcast, I mean, if you don't know what a Nissan R34 is, like Skyline, like
I mean, we all want one.
like everybody in the car community,
Yeah.
kind of tuner community.
It's just it's
Would
one of
want
those it's one of those fucking unicorn
Bro,
cars.
I mean, you
dude.
think
It's
about
just-
that, right? You think about that car. That car legitimately can compete and beat a Veyron.
Yes.
Flat
Oh,
out.
Well,
100%.
okay,
No.
if you
Oh,
build
wow.
it,
No,
yes, if
no,
you
no, no,
build
no,
it.
no.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
can.
No.
Time out.
100%.
Time out. Time
No,
out.
no.
I
Built,
would
yes,
still.
stock, no.
I would still rather drive a Veyron. At the
I
end
get
of
it.
the day.
Explain.
He's got a point.
Explain.
Man's got a point. Man's got a
Explain.
point.
I want to know.
What about so you roll up in a GTR? You know, the only guys that are going to know what a GTR is us, right? You roll
True.
up in a Veyron,
Well, everybody
everybody
knows
sees
what that is.
supercar, right? Everybody knows what a supercar is.
I don't know, man.
It has
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
okay.
This is my only argument. I would say literally every person our age, which is like who's the youngest one here?
I'm
Probably
28.
Timmy.
Timmy.
You're 28. How old are you, Chris?
Chris is 30.
32.
Why
As
did you
I
struggle to
poured
say
another
that?
glass of tequila.
39
Oh,
years
Jose-
old.
Are you
Chris,
drinking Jose now?
Wait,
You're
Alex-
39?
wait, Alex, what?
I'm 33. No, I'm 33. Okay.
Oh,
So
It's either myself or Kyle's oldest.
no, Kyle's
I'm
33, right?
33.
No, then
You're
I'm
30
old.
yeah,
I'm
wait.
34.
Wait, yeah, you were born in 87, right? Okay, so there's a 5-year age gap between all of us.
we
right?
all know what GTRs are.
Yeah,
Right.
and everybody, any girl we've dated liked Paul Walker back in the day, so they probably know what an R34 is by extension, right?
Solid.
So if
Yeah.
somebody
they
sees
never
no,
actually say that in the movie. They don't call it an R34.
but it doesn't matter. They'd be like,
Wait.
"Oh, I know that car. I know that Skyline," right?
Yeah.
Bro,
So if
if
you're
you
a dude-
showed up with any GTR from any of the Fast and Furious
Yes,
movies, they're
yes.
going to know what it is. The silver one, the blue one.
Yeah,
I
fucking.
think there was a
Like
black
and real
one.
talk,
Yes.
if I'm at a car show and there's a Veyron and an R34, like I'm not going to look at the Veyron.
Yeah.
What?
Which okay. Here's the thing. Okay.
I
I'm gonna
don't
look
think
at
they're
the
that
Veyron.
cool, dude.
Okay,
I
let's
don't
all-
think they're
let's all
that. That's
think
because
about
you're a
this.
Volkswagen boy, dude. That's why.
Oh.
Look at how much crowd I can put in this thing. Look at all the sauerkraut I can fit in this engine.
All the sausages.
Fine.
Okay.
Fine
So
right
on the reason, on the point of the podcast, what Mike said, like Adam LZ went to fucking Japan and bought an R34 for 60 grand.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he can.
I don't
bring
actually
that
know if
here.
that's where he got it, but whatever.
Okay. It doesn't matter, but
Right.
60 grand to get an R34. Are any of
Right.
you ever going to get a fucking Veyron? Okay. You want to go spend $1
No.
million on a Veyron? If you had $1
Dude,
million, would
a
it
million's
be
the
a
entry point.
fucking
A
Veyron?
million is the entry
That's a
point.
real-
Let
It'd
me
be a
go.
Volkswagen.
But it's like a Veyron is the last thing I would pick. That's
Wait,
not on my
yo,
list
this
at
isn't
all.
no. Check this out. So I just read an article the other day, and this is
Fucking
completely
Kyle.
fucking off the rails. But I read an article the other day where this dude went into a Bugatti dealer because they don't have dealerships; they have dealers, right? It's like a weird little whatever.
Right.
Looking to lease a
There's
Chiron.
no ship there.
What?
They
There's no
leased?
ship there. You said
Yeah,
it's a
they
deal-
lease. They lease. You can lease a
Dude,
Chiron.
dude, nobody
No
buys those
fucking
Yeah.
way.
So check. Wait, peep this. Peep
Nobody
game, peep
buys
game.
those
Really?
things.
So
It's
dude
like
had
a
a.
I imagine
$50,000
that price point
monthly.
you kind of have.
No, it's way worse. So he had a. So he had.
Way worse.
I think he had a 488 Pisto, which he bought for 250.
Pista,
Mhm.
the Ferrari.
Pisto, whatever, bro. Pisto,
Pista.
fool.
Pizza.
Be so full.
Again, I don't like nice shit. I like hood
Yeah,
shit.
whatever.
So, he had like 100 G's in positive equity. Let's just call a spade, right?
Okay.
4,500 mile a year, 24-month lease, $65,000 a month.
Oh, worth it, hands
hold on,
down.
hold on.
Sign me
How-
up.
No, check this out. Well, hold up. Wait a minute.
How many miles?
So
I
the-
could sell 2 houses and 3
4,500
cars, and like I
year.
can afford it for 3 months.
Yeah.
That's my point. So here's the thing too, is like the sticker price on that motherfucker's like 2.4. He pays 1.3 at the end of 2 years. Just
You
buy
might
the
as well
fucking
have just
Chiron.
bought the car.
You bought the fucking right. Well, that's not here and there. But it's like that's the type of shit that you're fucking with when you're fucking with cars that cost that much money. Like I think Lambo does 12-year fucking terms for financing.
So yeah, when we
Wow.
were at back in the
Yeah.
day
12?
before the economy crashed and
12.
stuff, we used to sell Ferraris and Lamborghinis, and like literally we had used Ferraris. You could finance it anywhere from 10 to 20 years, and like
Holy
still even at
crap.
that point, your payment was still like
Oh yeah. Oh
You're
yeah.
buying a house.
$1,000 to $1,200 a month at a 10
I
to
mean
12
that
year
dude.
finance
Okay,
charge.
and that's with like $100,000 down.
No,
That's
I mean no. We're talking 430s, we're talking 360s, we're
oh,
talking.
okay. Okay.
You're
That-
talking $150,000.
Yeah,
You're not
so I
talking.
mean, but right now, I mean, haven't been at work, but I mean, we had a Ferrari 458, right, Tim?
It's gone. Sorry,
It's gone.
but
Okay.
that was $179,000.
So I mean, on $180,000, if you were to
Mhm.
finance it for 6 years, I mean, your
Add your
payment's gonna be
$17,000 in tax.
yeah, plus registration and all of that crap. Like you're gonna have a
always
$200,000
hurts.
bill, $210,000
Why you gotta-
finance charge.
Why you gotta hurt my feelings like this?
Bro, I
Yeah.
remember. So I
We don't
remember
need
when I was
expensive
still,
cars.
working at
Right.
Rover. This dude, I'm not gonna say his name because that I don't think I'm allowed to. But who we lost?
Right.
We lost
We
Kyle.
all, we all know who you're talking about.
We lost Kyle. Anyway, he leased an SVA, which is like the cream of the crop full size Range Rover.
Uh-huh.
It was a $4,200 a month lease payment.
Oh
my
Wait, what-
God.
my god!
$4,200 a month.
I didn't know
$4,200
that
a
could
month.
happen.
The money factor is so trash, and the residual is such hot garbage on those cars that it's like. But he just,
Oh my
it's a tax write-off. Fun fact: if you own a business and you need a tax write-off, go buy something that weighs over 6,000 pounds.
Okay, that's not the way to
If you
go.
buy it
You
into
come
fucking
next
November,
door and you
December.
buy a freaking Cayenne, and you have a normal $1,000 a month lease, and you get the same tax write-off. All right, don't be an idiot. Don't get the Range Rover. Okay, everybody listening to this podcast,
Incorrect.
please buy
Incorrect.
a Cayenne.
Incorrect.
Okay. We got
Anyway,
fired
anyway.
up
Can
outside.
can
We
I
got
get
fired
Venta
up outside.
Black Land Rover?
And I
Okay.
need the Venta Black. Like, we got to stop doing accents. Dude.
Okay.
This is how you get content strikes.
So Chris with an R34. Everybody,
Okay.
again,
Okay.
if you don't know what
So,
R34
it was out
is,
of-
look this shit up.
No, you don't need to look it up. I have
It-
it on the screen. Like,
No,
I
it
think
doesn't matter.
going,
It doesn't
I
matter.
think we should.
I
I
think
think
over
going
the
forward. I think going
Okay, it's out
forward
of
that we
budget.
should
Okay.
we should just assume that anybody who takes the time to listen to this podcast has a general automotive knowledge, right? So like, I'm not gonna like. I don't think I should have to tell somebody what the fucking R34 is.
I don't know.
Like,
My
it's
mom's
just-
probably listening. Hi, mom.
Just Google
Hi, Tim's
Google
mom.
Gallo 12.
Hi, Tim's
Gallo
mom.
12.
I'm
Okay.
kicking Chris
Take
out of the
this shit
server.
serious, kid. I swear. No Gallo 12,
Why are you
24
standing
bullshit.
up?
All I see is the finger. Mike's generally disappointed. Generally disappointed in Chris. Real disappointment.
Okay,
So
I fucked up because it was out of budget. Can I cheat and choose RX-7 but import motor?
so when you say import motor, well, okay, which RX-7?
FD.
Okay, so the last body style.
Yeah,
The
last
one that
body.
everybody wants. Okay,
Right.
That's
And then-
body style.
that is.
No, nobody wants.
I like the FCs. I like FCs.
But
I
like,
like FCs. What engine? Like, what motor would you be importing?
It would be
The Dorito
Uh,
kind.
The
Mad
Doritos.
Mike's quad rotor from New Zealand.
dude, yes, absolutely.
Do you even know?
Please.
Okay, do you like know that? Do you know where that motor comes from?
Well, that was a
no, he
Le Mans
doesn't.
motor, wasn't it? That was
Yeah,
a
it
Le Mans
was.
motor.
It was. No, it was. So the basic architecture is a 787B engine, which I'm gonna look up a 787B because they're tight, and everybody needs to know
Right.
what a 787B is. And some people might not actually know what that is. Yeah, and I mean, so it's this fucking bad mamma jamma right here.
That
Just show
thing's
me the-
had to have depreciated over time to where I could buy that for 35 grand.
Hey, hey,
Probably not.
200 mile an hour Le Mans car that wiped
shut
the
up.
floor with fucking everything with an engine that nobody said should be able to work for that
Right.
long. Yeah, that's for sure. No problem. Maybe even
Right.
34. maybe
I
even
mean,
35.
hey, if we can buy that for 35
yeah.
grand, like we should split that. I mean, we got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people here.
I mean,
$20
okay,
a head,
now-
we're golden.
So now that we've
Good.
moved on past kids, real
No,
unrealistic.
no. Mike, you missed it. So
No,
Mike,
I heard everything.
okay,
All right.
so
No,
yeah.
no, it
Imported
has.
motor.
All right, yeah, so one could theoretically buy an RX-7, a clapped out one.
Wait. Pause. I love how Alex knows this right now. Just
What?
Please make this happen for me.
He's unemployed.
Wow. Wow. The garage is still nicer than yours, Timmy. All right, I don't appreciate
It
that.
is. It's true. You're right.
Okay.
So-
Okay.
No, so one could theoretically buy a clapped out FD, even though they're getting fucking expensive right now, right?
Dude, they
it's
are.
Yeah.
Because we didn't get it. Anyway, the engine is a huge fucking cost. I think, but there's companies stateside that make them. Do you know there's a fucking like a 12 rotary engine?
Wait. You said 12.
Hold
no,
up.
I did not know
Hold
about
the
that.
fuck up. Hold
That's
the
12
fuck
as
up.
in 11
Well,
plus 1
Wait,
equals
man.
12.
No
Wait, man.
way. You're full of
Wait a
shit.
minute.
What is that for?
What is that for?
That, my friend, is a really good question.
Pause. That's
I
5,000
mean, what is
horsepower.
a 12 rotary engine? That goes in a
Well,
car?
it looks like that. So it
It
looks
looks
like
like
that.
a submarine.
So
What
it's
the-
it's 3 banks of 4 rotors. Dude, Kyle's face is priceless right now. So
like as a mechanic, Kyle, you have to be like, oh my god.
Yo,
So look at that.
Yo, wait a minute.
Like,
Yeah.
that I nope. Tools drop, Kyle walks out. Kyle walks
Yeah,
out.
no.
Kyle's done.
Fuck that.
Customer complains of
Look at
oil
those
leak.
cams. What the hell is
Oh,
that?
those aren't cams. Those are eccentric shafts.
What is
so
that?
There's no cams. There's no cams in a rotary engine. So that
So
is
I don't
what
know rotary for nothing.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of like
nobody
a
does
round.
because they're like
eccentric.
fucking
They're
magic.
cams.
No, it's cams.
cams.
Imagine they're cams but for pistons. Imagine that. so those are balance shafts because you have a rotor you have a rotor that's a triangle, right? Which means that at a certain point you have gaps around the side, and so
Right.
it's
I know.
rotating off
Yeah.
off
I
weight.
understand
so
how
those
it works. Yeah.
so those lobes offset the weight of the rotors as they're rotating, right? Because they're all rotating at a different time signature, and it's just ports. So you don't have cams, you just have ports. You don't have valves. You made that shit. So anyway, this dude machined the shit. Fucking thing makes I don't even know how much power this thing is.
76
It said
centimeters
5,000
long.
horsepower.
5,000.
Fuck.
It did. It did. say
Dude,
that.
I mean, would it not be surprising?
1,400 horsepower. That's with no turbos. That is no turbo.
turbocharged with 2,400 horsepower.
Some fucking.
Let me
It's a
throw
15.
my Garrett 2050 on there.
Yeah, whatever.
Garrett
Dude, can we talk about how bad I am at knowing what size the turbo is? What? Like when somebody
Yeah,
says,
I have no
I don't
idea.
know what a 20G is. I just have an eBay one in the garage.
"Yo, what's good? Let me get that."
Hey, no,
We
we need
can
to
put
find
that
somebody
on
like
something.
Oliver to put that on somebody's like.
Ooh, the
cheap
Miata.
Ollie,
car to-
don't
Dude.
blame him. He's
No, it's
trying to
not
help
flame.
us.
It's not flame.
Dude,
I'm just
okay.
saying, like, that's a
Quick
cheap
side
car that
note.
we can help
I
him
am-
rebuild.
I'm super impressed with the photos that kid took of that car.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really
kid,
good.
Kid,
I did
like,
justice. I did his car
Hey,
justice.
The
did.
BMW
Bro.
looked good too. The BMW looked good.
look
No,
too.
yeah,
good.
Sid has defucked that BMW so much since Austin owned it. I
Dude.
can't even believe it's the same car.
bro, like, okay. So anybody listen to this? So you have Sydney, and then you have. I want to call him by his name, but I don't at the same time.
Who? I just
It's
said
fine.
Austin. I just said Austin.
just-
I
Oliver.
literally
Oh
just
no,
said
no, Austin.
who had the
Oliver.
car
Previous
prior.
Oh, I didn't know that was Austin's car prior.
Yeah,
Oh
dude.
yeah.
Oh, that explains a lot. That explains a lot.
But dude, think about
I love you, but
how
explains a
bad
lot.
that rough that car. Austin probably listens
Okay.
to every 5 episodes, but
So
like
you have Sydney,
he-
you have Oliver. I don't know his name, but Oliver. And dude, her BMW is like, I was checking her Instagram out today. I was like, damn, like that BMW
Thing is, yeah,
come
she's
good.
She's got good taste. She's
I
got
mean, I
good
don't know-
taste. She,
I don't know if Allison
yeah.
pulled that shit up, but like show that shit off. Like that's a
Oh, yeah.
nice little Beamer. Like super clean. No, I mean, yeah, she's got a little girl flair. Let's not lie about it. Every girl's got to have a little flair.
I don't know, man. I
I
would
don't like. She's got like I think she's got a pink steering wheel.
Here we go.
I think she's got a pink steering wheel, and I don't like that. I don't like bright color all of a sudden in the
Says the dude with red fucking wheels. Anyway.
in the interior. asshole. I said the interior. Cut me off.
Nice.
Oh man. Wait,
No,
what's
but
your
her beamer is clean. I drive that thing all day long. And all these
my
cars,
team.
I give it to him. Makes
That's my
sense.
team.
Long way. Actually,
Chris's
I
Instagram.
saw Ollie's car in person the other day, actually driving, because he drove past me, and I was like, oh, I caught up to him. That car's come a long way since he put
It's
the
come a
turbo
long
in.
way.
Cupcake.
Ollie, if
Cupcake.
you're listening, I will
Cupcake.
still recut your bumper if you let me.
And-
It's cupcake.
It's a cupcake.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know the thing about it is like also somebody was talking
Jesus.
shit on Chris's
It's right
Instagram
there. It's on the
about-
link. It's on the link.
somebody was talking shit
It's not
about
my fault. Your shit is dumb.
Bro, like that is clean as shit.
Here,
That
transition,
right there,
transition.
that
Boom.
little beamer is badass, man. Like
Yeah.
good for her.
Dude, that thing, yeah, she's definitely brought this thing along with. The drop is nice. She
And
really,
I
I'm
don't.
just
I
kidding.
mean, I don't know before Oliver. They may have to answer this question. I don't know before Oliver. If she really was a car person, but
Oh,
like,
she was. No, she
Was
was.
she? Okay.
Yeah, she had
Dude,
an
the first-
S4.
she did have a
02,
baller S4.
Was it
Yeah, she had
02? 03
She
or
had
4?
a-
For you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she had an S4, an old one. She was talking about manual swapping
Okay.
it because it was an auto, and
Okay.
it took a shit on her, and so she had to get out of it.
Well,
And then
of
she
course.
was rolling Ollie's parents' Cooper S, which I fucking love Cooper S. Cooper S's are tight. They're super fun to drive.
See, I don't like the pink. I just.
But that's her car.
Yeah,
know,
I mean,
I
like-
agree. I agree, 100%. Like that fits her personality. If you ever met her,
It does.
talked
I mean,
Oh,
look
here, this
at
is
look at
perfect.
that. Look at that, dude. That's perfect.
Oh my-
Like,
ugh.
that's where she started.
yeah,
Look at where she's at now.
wheels drop.
Started from the bottom. Now I hear.
And we're here.
Are those
Got them
GBS like fakies? Is that what those are?
No, those are M3 wheels.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't
Yeah.
tell.
Them's are real.
This is real. Yeah, Austin had those. I think she had them refinished or something. I don't know because they look way better than when he had them. But he had those wheels when he sold her the car.
No, he
Dude, like,
had them in
it's
like
super
dark
funny.
gray. She had to get them from somewhere different.
Oh, did she buy a whole new set of wheels?
Yeah, because he had-
Anyway, I mean, I think that's like a perfect example of like she bought that car for $2,500, and obviously she's thrown some dollars at it over time. But like, she's definitely way less than 10 G's into that thing.
definitely.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Okay.
Chris
I
has a
hate to do
point.
this. I hate to do this to Sydney. She's got Racelands.
Oh.
That's fine. It's a 90s 2000
She's-
BMW.
It's a $2,500 car, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I
you know
know,
what I mean? Like,
I know, but we talk so much shit about Racelands.
here, I mean, I
fine.
feel like, listen, I think that like things like Racelands and shit like that really depends on the application. Like, if
Right.
somebody's driving a $40,000 STI, $35,000 to $40,000 STI,
Why did you pay that much for one?
Oh.
Wow.
Because I like
Wow.
all the wheels to be powered. Anyway,
Geez.
Um,
Kyle.
when you,
Well,
you know,
you
and you do that and you spend $600 on Racelands, right? Like, that's like, dude, what are you doing? But if
Right.
it's a $2,500 car, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you on
23.
Racelands? Are you on Racelands?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, but if something like this is a $2,500 car, it's a project car. Obviously, like, I know Sid well enough to know that she probably has bigger long-term plans for the car overall. But it's like, I mean, as somebody who threw springs on his shit because he hated wheel gap, like, sometimes you just do shit, you band-aid shit that isn't gonna make your car fall apart because it's like, I don't want to look at it like this. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When
Right.
it's like,
Yeah, yeah.
when you're
for sure.
when you're 1 inch of wheel gap away from like having your car look the way you want it to look, and you're like, I'm only gonna push it like this for like 6 to 9 months, maybe a year, worst case. It's fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as
Yeah.
you're not like cutting your springs and getting real ignorant with some shit, and just
Cut springs, bro.
yo,
Bro,
I'm
I've got
allowed
plenty
to
of
listen.
I've seen it.
plenty of homies-
I have seen it.
I had a
I
car
know-
with cut springs, but I bought it
know
like that.
plenty
and I
of
bought it
homies
for
that have
$500.
done cut springs,
Oh.
bro.
Yeah,
Plenty of homies.
it was listen, dude. That's ghetto fucking
plenty
H&R's,
of
dude.
homies. But like
I
you,
will give it to
you're,
Sydney.
you're, you're a high school
Generation
kid, you're a
hard,
college kid, you ain't got no
damn.
money. Like, if you want your shit
Yeah.
right, like, you just cut it. Like,
Yeah, you just cut them. Just fucking cut them,
No.
and then
Oh
and
God, That's cringing.
I mean, it's like, listen, you do that shit when you don't give a fuck about chassis dynamics or like
Right.
any of that
Right,
shit.
right.
You know what I mean? It's like
It's all about the look at that point. It's all about
Yeah,
the look.
exactly.
Right here's
Oh.
good enough. Right here's
Yeah.
good enough.
Yeah, it's perfect. Like, just
Fuck
cut
it.
them even and fucking call it a day. Anyway,
I will give it to Sydney though. Her suspension doesn't clunk.
mine doesn't either anymore, bitch. Get fucked.
Oh, you fixed it?
I fixed it.
You're welcome.
Well, fuck. Thank you. So, okay. So, to all the
Quick
listeners
update.
who were like present at the Instagram barbecue IG stream, I was informed by ISU. Now, let me preface this. Am I happy overall with my ISC suspension? For the money, they ride incredibly nice. The body control is very consistent. I have a ton of adjustment. But if you get the LCAs and you're using factory end links, it clunks. Anytime you or uneven on that rear suspension, it goes, and then when it resettles, it goes clack clack again. And the longer you drive it, the worse it gets. And basically, your shit sounds like it's like cracking knuckles as you're driving it constantly.
Mhm.
To their credit, ISC did supply a set of washers that I did not install because Kyle and I didn't know what they were for. I remember the moment. We're slamming the LCAs in, and Kyle goes, "What the fuck are these for?" I go, "Oh." He goes, "Fuck it." He threw them back in the box. That was it. But the point of those,
well, to also that, there was no way you were gonna fit those washers
exactly.
in between that control arm and where that end link sat.
That was my next point. Yeah, the end.
Yeah.
So after 3 months of dealing with this shit, and I'm like, my car is really nice, but this is super ghetto and I hate it. Right? Like everything else is pretty dialed, and this shit sucks. So I emailed them, and they're like, "Oh, we supplied some washers, blah blah blah. Let us know if you don't have them. We'll send you a set." So cool on customer service on that. They got back to me quick. They were willing to send me another set if I didn't have them. Whatever. It's a 1 mil washer. You're supposed to put one on each side. I maybe had 10 thousandths of clearance in order to actually put anything in there. So to Kyle's point, there was no way they were fitting. Period. Right.
Right.
Without legit machining out the inside of that LC, I wasn't doing all that shit. So Kyle suggested any kind of non-lithium based lube because rubber hates that shit. So I got a can of spray silicone lube, and it's been 2 weeks now. No squeaks. No nothing. That's it. So all it is that end link is just super tight inside of that billet LCA, and that LCA doesn't give. So every time it just kind of moves a little bit, it just makes a real fucked up noise. So when you lubricate that, it doesn't make it anymore. So anyway, fuck Chris.
So I would lubricate that about every oil change.
I probably, to be real talk, I'll probably have full sway bars before my next oil change. So let's not.
Why you gotta whisper it?
What was that?
We
Speak up, Alex.
couldn't hear you, Alex.
Speak up, buddy.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I'm kidding. I probably won't, but I agree. That's the only thing I've been worried about is how long can I go before? Because that's obviously a band-aid solution, right? It's not not a major problem. It's not like a functional huge issue, right? It's more of a NVH makes
great performance difference.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, I am at the point where I feel like I need sway bars anyway, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. The point is, you just got to be careful when you buy shit like that, right? When you're buying when you're replacing parts, and we talked about this in a previous episode, but there's a lot of times where you're going to get different noises, or you're going to get different feel, you're going to get different vibrations, you're going to get different shit as you modify your car, right? And
oh, absolutely.
some of it you can tune out, and when I say tune out, I mean you can adjust things and kind of fuck with things to make it a non-issue, and some things you just have to fucking live with, because now you've crossed over, to my car, right? So I have it aligned with 2.5 degrees of negative camber in the front because it's set up for canyons. It's set up to turn constantly with very short straightaways, right? What's the side effect of that? It's not super stable in a straight line. And when I mean not super stable, it's not that it's dangerous. It's just if I'm on a freeway, I'm correcting a little bit more, right? Because it's not set up for straight line acceleration. It's not set for driving in a straight line. It's set up for, and you can feel it when you drive it. The second you put it in a corner, you're not adjusting anything anymore. The car is fucking dialed, right? But if I'm just driving at 80 miles an hour or whatever the posted speed limit is,
Mexico.
then you
What's the posted speed limit, Alex?
Depends on what county you're in.
So
kid.
when you're driving on during the speed limit on the freeway, you're just like little micro corrections a little bit more. But like those are all things that you just fucking have to deal with. So like if it is your first car, if you're just starting to modify it, you put a part on it and it starts making a fucky noise. Like, don't freak out.
Hash brown race car, okay?
Hash brown.
Right.
Hash
Brown.
Hash
I
brown.
like hash browns.
Yeah, no. I also like hash browns. This is involving nonsense. Okay. Anyway, Chris has now retracted the $500,000 import car and got back to like a pseudo normal car at this point. I'm gonna go up down. Mike, what would you buy? I think we already know the answer to this question. I think we already know the answer.
I don't know.
Porsche.
I think you're gonna be surprised.
Am
And,
I gonna
like,
be surprised?
This is gonna go back to my first car days.
It's a
And
Tahoe.
no, it being a
You
Honda
gotta
boy.
import a Tahoe.
No, and being a Honda
Imported
boy.
from Kentucky. Anyway.
Yeah, and for a Tahoe, right? From being a Honda guy, I remember this car, and I always loved this car. And it was, we never got it because it was bullshit of Acura and Honda. And it was the Acura TSX wagon, but it came in a six-speed V6 in Europe and in Japan.
Oh, the Euro R's. Yeah. Yes.
Like, dude. And my old boss, shout out to Rob Payne, had a Volkswagen Jetta, I think it was. No, excuse me, Passat. It was a Passat. And he had it lowered on some TSW wheels.
TSWs, yep.
TSWs, but back in the day, our old general manager at our Acura store grabbed one of those Acuras that was here. It was a TSX wagon, but it came with the 4-banger automatic, which was garbage, right? Garbage. I don't care what you're talking about, VJ. But he had one dumped on some TSW wheels, and it was clean. And I was like, dude, one of those with some sway bars, little exhaust, manual gearbox, V6, that thing would rip. Like, yeah,
I'm trying to find a good
yeah.
photo of it right now to show everybody.
Like,
but
dude,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Here you go. Let me share this.
Just put it. Send it to the Instagram.
I don't know if I can. Hold on.
Just copy the link.
Yeah.
And send it to the Rev Match Instagram.
I'm going.
Those look like grocery getters, bro.
What'd you say?
Dude.
I said it looks like a grocery getter.
That's the
Was
point.
that a giant lawn? Was that a giant lawn mower?
Wow.
John.
Hey, Chris, did you get that starter fix yet?
That's why you always leave your car running.
Oof.
Always leave.
So
I
you
want
can
to
lose
see
a quarter
Chris
tank.
push start
Yeah,
his shit
yeah.
one time.
Wow.
Oh,
1.4 million.
What?
That's not even the right one. Why are these so? These must be.
Hey,
rare,
I
'cause
just sent
can't
you the
even-
link. I just sent you the link.
Okay, cool. Hold, please. Sorry to everybody listening, watching, hating everything. Here we go. Ooh.
Oh.
Like,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah,
That's not
that
bad.
thing's tight. I like that.
That
I do
guy,
like
and
that,
then,
and that is surprising.
That's
and
kind of
the other
surprising
thing I
coming
would
from you.
say is we never got the M5 wagon.
No.
We never got the
Oh,
M5
God.
wagon.
Oh, yes.
Of course not.
Yeah. Are we? So which M5 wagon? Are we
It don't
talking
matter.
about?
M5 wagon.
Are we talking like so? Like I have a real soft spot for the V10 M5s because I mean anything with 10 ITBs from the factory. I don't care how overcomplicated and stupid and expensive it is to fix because I know all of the above and I know about. They have like oil pump drive issues that like the pin likes to fall out and the shaft just dislodges.
That's why you sell them before they're out of warranty.
Well, the only ones I can afford are out of warranty, Timothy. So that's a problem. No, isn't it?
Well, that's why we don't buy them.
Yeah, it's got a V10. I mean, I can't show it. Can I show it? Can we show YouTube videos on here? Am I allowed? Does it matter? Does
I don't
anything
know.
even matter anymore?
Yeah,
I want
it does.
Does
Yeah.
it? Okay.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I believe it does.
Okay. So if you haven't, just look up V10 M5 F1 exhaust.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see a very short video of a black M5 going into a tunnel, and if you care about cars at all, you need to hear what that sounds like because
Oh,
it's
hands down, bro.
Okay,
fucking ridiculous.
so it sounds great. It sounds great, but is it fast? I don't know.
It's 500
Oh my
horsepower.
No.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Oh, it's
okay,
500
back in the day,
horsepower.
okay, I was just trying to find this on
Sorry, the
Instagram
fast
because I can't find it on his page or his Facebook. So my old finance manager, old general manager Todd used to have a God, what year was that? Like a 2005 M5,
Mhm.
inch lowered on 19-inch BBSs, silver.
Oh,
Like, dude, the cleanest thing. And then he put I wasn't a straight pipe exhaust. No, previous generation.
Oh, you're talking about the one.
Previous
I was talking about this one. So just to answer Chris's question real quick, this car came out in 05
Uh-huh.
and ran a 4.260.
Which is what mine is now for my
Mhm.
Audi S4 in 2019.
14 years later.
Wow.
And we all know it's well established that cars have gotten
those
faster over the
those
years.
M5s were so
Okay,
solid.
and they
man.
sounded so good. They sounded
Yes.
like F1 cars. Oh
Yes.
It's a V10. It's a fucking
Were they
now?
like
were they
Now
reliable?
you can buy those
No.
pennies on the dollar. Bro. Hell no.
No.
It's
Oh,
a
they weren't.
BMW.
Oh,
No.
oh, I mean,
Guys,
No, it's
water's
an
not
M
right.
car.
The opportunity to go to
It's
Colorado.
an M car. Like the only reliable M cars IMO are like your E30s, which are fucking dumb expensive, but they're stupid. Like the cars are stupid, right? They're just very basic, simple shit. You can there's no crazy electronics. Maybe like E36s, but you have Vanos issues and all that kinds of shit, which like every BMW has Vanos issues. And then the newer ones, just because they've been running that same engine program for so long, and you can make a good amount of power and like not fuck with them too much, right? But no,
Dang.
anything like this generation of M car, like especially this V10, like this was every ragged edge, full on fucking race part BMW had to offer at the time, and it's like put it in $100,000 sedan. Let's just like fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're talking SMGs, which were garbage transmissions, but if they took a shit, it was $7,000 for fucking repair, right? The engine has a whole list of problems that are inherent to it, like almost like, do you remember like 996 turbos and it was IMF bearings or whatever the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like similar. Mike's muted again. Similar kind of thing.
996 is not 996 turbos. 996
Was it not the
turbos have-
the turbos had the Metzger engine. You're right. It's the non-turbos, right? The four all that shit. So it's like those little inherent issues. So like if you're a capable wrench that doesn't mind fucking with really expensive German shit, and you like know what the problems are, like can you get ahead of it? Like yeah, you can get ahead of it.
Absolutely. You
But
100%.
and it's to the same degree why you see dudes who like capable wrenches that are comfortable with German cars, they started buying old AMG cars, right? Like old E63.
Oh,
What? You know, like
it's a lot
you
of work.
No, for sure they're a lot of work. But like if you're like okay, like a C63 AMG, right? Like a similar gen, which was like 05, 08 or whatever. So the 6.2 liter V8 that made all the right noises and at one point was like the fastest sedan on the planet or whatever.
Right.
If you buy one for $30,000 and you know you're buying a pain in the ass, but you're buying a pain in the ass that you can fix yourself and you're comfortable doing it, like you can own one of those cars and keep it running and like beat the shit out of it and have fun with it. Is it more work than your car or my car or any of our cars? Fuck yeah, it's more work. It's a Mercedes. Right? The parts
100%.
are more expensive. Everything's way more condensed. You have way more CAN bus issues to deal with, which is always fun. Like, because everybody needs to throw a cell when their light bulb goes out, right? Whatever.
Yeah, you
But
know.
like,
Right.
but
Yeah.
like it is doable, and it's the same thing with these things. But it's just like it's not something I would want to do personally.
No.
Like I wouldn't want to deal with that shit. Like not if I'm the one who has to wrench on it.
I mean, the
you know.
only advantage of those cars is, especially like in relation to like new cars, all the problems have been fixed, right? Everybody's come up with a solution to X, Y, Z, W, Z, whatever it is for problems on those cars, and so there's usually a guide to fix those. Let's be honest. I mean, I
YouTube.
owned my first home. More than half the shit that I learned to fix at my first home was on YouTube. I mean, let's be honest. How many times could you Google right now how to fix M5, 98
Oh,
M5?
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like owning one of those cars today is probably more realistic and attainable because of just advance in explanations, right? I mean, you're gonna have to go buy one
Yeah.
of those. Oh my god, what are those books called? We have them at work, kid, in parts
The
department. I
Haynes
think
manuals. It's the Haynes
yeah,
manuals.
you don't go buy a Haynes manual, right? You can jump on YouTube and
Kyle
like
knows the fuck I'm talking about.
if one guy doesn't
Yeah.
explain it,
They
if
still
one
sell them
guy
at
doesn't
AutoZone.
explain it well,
They do
there's
still sell what I was in.
there's
Yeah.
20 other guys that can explain it to you, right? So it's like, well,
Right.
that makes sense.
And that's like the cost of ownership of anything older, right? So like I really love old Japanese shit, but the benefit is that old Japanese shit is pretty straightforward. They're dumb cars, right? Like all the shit
Oh,
that I
yeah.
really like is like
Stupid.
most of it's pre OBD2, right? So
Mhm.
you have a fewer amount of sensors and other fucking ancillary bullshit to deal with. So it makes life a little easier. I've always been super hesitant of fucking with something like, a V10 M5 because I know how much more electrical shit there is to deal with. And
Yep.
like I'm not super comfortable diagnosing those problems. I don't have like a modus that I can back probe fucking sensors and read the waveforms and figure out like if my TPS sensor's taking you shit or fucking whatever, right? So it's just like it seems a little like when you're talking about a car that you're starting out at like 25 G's to get one that has 140,000 miles and 3 previous owners, and this was a $130,000 car 15 years ago. It's like
And 6 oil leaks.
if you're lucky, bro, right? So it's like you're
German, bro.
onboarding,
German.
you're onboarding somebody else's baby with problems. So you spend 25 G's on a car, and you really need to spend 35 on a car, except the 35, the last 10 is coming directly out of your pocket because like you can't finance forward-thinking repairs. You know what I mean? Like you have to
Right.
fix that shit up. So that's always been my thing. Chris has a face like he has something he wants to say.
Sydney's picture got posted on the E46 forum, and it's got like 6,000 likes right now. I'm like, holy shit!
It's not like you're
Nice.
for anything.
What was that?
Wow.
What was that? This is super fucked up to say out loud, but what was that meme? And it's like, dude's $50,000 build, and it's like 30 likes and a bunch of like critiques, and then it's like
Yeah.
phone stock fucking car, but it's driven by a girl. It's like, oh, sick. What are you gonna do?
It's
Yep.
so
Yeah.
fucking true.
It's so fucked, dude. I mean, it's not even their fault, Anyway, Timmy, I am going to be honest with you. I accidentally closed the tab with the car that you want. So can you
That's
send
fine. Go back to your
It was
Instagram.
a
and
it
it's
was
in your
it was a
messages.
Ford Fiesta.
my messages or
Oh,
the
no,
red?
it's in the Discord.
Fiesta.
I can't bring up the Discord, BB.
Okay, hold on. I'll send it.
Wait, no, that's fine. While you do that, Ford Fiesta. Let's talk about that real quick. There's a new Ford Fiesta ST in Europe.
What?
Yo, I'm gonna fucking all right. You know what? You're making me look it up.
Christian
You're
just
making me look it up.
stink-faced it.
That's the only place that they're still making any type of sedan or coupe.
I thought you were gonna say that's the only place we're making a Ford Fiesta.
Yeah.
First of all,
What happened to the
this
rest
thing
of it?
does that. Wow,
Damn.
What's the
Wow.
ass? There's no ass.
wow.
It's a flat back. It's a flat back.
It's a hatchback, which means
It's
it's
a-
a flatback. That's how that works. No, but dude, they're like 3-cylinder turbos. They've got like digital dashes out of the Mustang. They're all they've got full LED head
Not
and tail
flat.
lights. I mean, that's all that curry. That's all that currywurst you've been feeding
Hey, you
that
want
thing, bro. What'd you say?
You want me to send it to Rev Match or Night STI?
Yeah, no, I got it. Rev match. Always send it to the Rev match one.
Rev match.
Just
Okay,
that
so-
way I'm not pulling up.
So who's? I mean, so I got mine. So I got the
Oh.
Acura.
So hold
And I
on,
got-
before we talk about it. So this is what if you see the screen, this is what I want.
It's up, yeah.
My dream car would be a
Dude.
22B. I'm sure everybody else like
Speaking of $400,000 Japanese cars,
yes,
yeah, no, carry
of
on.
course, if they could bring a 22B or like an STIR, like if you guys remember Steve the Burrito Man from fucking work that brings us our breakfast burritos and our wonderfully too full of weed edibles. His son lives in South Africa and he has an STIR and he's
Wait,
got a
wait,
drive.
wait. The dude in the chef's coat that used to roll by with the $5 burritos, he was slinging edibles out of there the whole time?
Okay. Here's the thing. Like not the whole time. Like I kind of like forced him to do this. But since when I worked at Subaru, he actually was there. So like 4 years ago, I've known him forever, and he was there slinging and stuff. And he owns a toffee company, Blossom Toffee.
Yeah.
Shout out to Blossom Toffee.
You can't shout out. I have to edit this whole part out because you're about to get this man locked up. Anyway.
That's fine. So
We
shout
live in
out.
California, bro.
Oh.
We live in California.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had no idea his name was Steve.
decriminalized. It's not legalized. There's a difference.
he owns a business that sells it. It's not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude,
California, he ain't gonna
he
get in trouble.
makes edibles from toffee for the cannabis cup. Like this is no joke.
Oh no.
Bullshit. Yeah, he makes legit shit. But his
All the things
son
I never
lives in
knew.
South Africa, and he's got an STIR. He's got
He
a
told us that.
two-door, like a dark gray STI in South
That's
Africa.
so
Pictures.
fucking sick.
So
Ooh,
like
she
that would be
big
my goal.
boys.
Like it doesn't have to be a
Oh.
22B, but like if I could have a 98 freaking like STI.
I
don't
think
care.
like everybody who, I think like
I
every
do like the Fozzie. The Fozzie's cool.
the Fozzies are cool,
Yes.
and I'll transition that back over, but like real quick, like that the GC8
Yes.
body style,
Mhm.
it's the best one. Like it's.
Dude,
it
I wish
is.
Ryan drove his more because that thing is
100%.
sick.
I wish
100%.
too, so I can
Hold on,
race
I'll
them.
bring it up. Hold on.
I want to see you guys. I want to see you guys. All right. So anyway, Timmy,
So yeah,
I'm gonna go grab a beer, but give
Okay.
me 2 seconds to transition this photo over of this Fozzie so that you can talk about why you want it, and I'll be back in time to.
Alex,
continue
wait
to
a
scroll
minute.
down.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
The last time you needed a beer, all you said was my wife, and she brought you a beer. So what happened now?
Oh.
First of all,
Do we? We're here
I don't
for you, bro.
appreciate that.
We're here for you, bro.
Don't do it.
second of all, I'm using my
Dude,
phone
we're
as a
here for you,
webcam
man.
and I can't face it. So.
I don't appreciate that.
Because it'd be like, babe, let me get
No,
a
here's
beer."
the other thing is that I was
Gotta get the car-
upstairs. No, I was upstairs, right, far away from the beer fridge. I'm now in the downstairs room, and the beer fridge is 2 doors away. Like just like
By the
I
way,
could like
this-
throw.
This is a proper GCA.
Yes, absolutely.
here.
I can't see it,
Absolutely.
so it's fine.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
go get
Proper
your
GCA.
beer. Go get your beer.
Talk about your Forester.
I'm talking about the GC8, but so that's what the GC8. If we go back to Alex's wonderful stream, so I would
Mhm.
pick the 05 Forester STI, which is of course available in Japan because they suck. And it's basically an STI in the Forester. I'm pretty sure the Forester XT had like 225 to like 250 horsepower. And this has 265. It's got the Brembo brake kit. It's got upgraded suspension, bigger wheels. Like it's an STI in a Forester.
This is what people
I
convert
I
their
actually-
Foresters to, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I almost actually bought an STI in 2006.
Yeah.
I was looking at the 2.5.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then because I had just kind of started with the military, was transitioning into the military in 2007. I almost bought one, and I was really disappointed that it didn't come with the STI motor.
Yeah.
Wait, so
Yeah.
what I'm hearing is
So
Kyle was
actually-
almost a Scooby
No,
bro.
no, you mean you were
I was
about to
almost
buy a
what?
Forester XT and you were disappointed it didn't come with an STI motor.
Right, and then because I was working construction and I got laid off at that time during that whole recession, and I was transitioning into the military, so I didn't technically have a job, so they talked me into a
Oh, dude, same.
Yeah, a 2007, or excuse me, what the hell was that thing? A 2004 Jetta, and that's kind of where my whole transition into VW life kind of began.
Yeah. I mean the
That's
way
tight.
that looks
That's tight.
so good. I mean, I'm all about the blue and gold. Like if I could have a car, I mean, I'd love like me and Mike talked about on the last podcast. I think we both want a STI hatch, white with gold wheels on it, but like the blue and
Dude,
gold.
everybody wants one. My wife wants one of those. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but like
that's
blue and
why you
gold
married
her. Good.
is,
And that's right. That
fucking
right there is
amazing.
why you married her.
it's one of the
Yeah.
reasons. That's
Hands
true.
down.
Oh, go to the black one.
That oof.
Oh, shoot, that looks mean.
Oh
Ooh.
my
Oh, for
god.
sale.
No.
Oh. Okay, there you go.
There it is.
Oh, it's for sale.
Yo.
Kid.
Is it for sale? Oh, it's 2019.
Yeah, this is old, bro. We're literally
okay.
digging through the.
That
That
is so
thing is-
nice.
Wow,
though,
That
like-
is really
that's
nice.
clean.
Clean though.
Awesome.
That's
That's
clean
clean.
as hell.
Is that Mike's gray?
That is
no,
Mike's
that's
gray.
well, that what?
Oh,
It
it
is.
is.
It's the same gray.
Oh, dude,
Oh.
that is clean.
You need gold
Oh.
calipers, Mike.
That's
You
tight.
need gold calipers.
I got red wheels, bro.
Yeah, it wouldn't look good with
So,
red
and-
wheels. It looked like
Wait, you don't
Do
like
bronze
ketchup and
then.
mustard?
He'd be a Niners fan.
Ooh.
No, hell no.
I support that decision.
Is Mike a Raiders fan?
No.
Are you a football fan?
No.
I'm not a football fan anymore.
Okay.
And I was
Oh.
very on the fence about football, but because my dad, born and raised, is a Cowboys fan, I had to be a Cowboys fan. In defense,
Rip.
I don't follow football very closely at all. I do support local teams, so I'm excited that actually the 49ers are actually doing decent. Cowboys got smacked this past weekend. They suck ass. I ain't gonna lie about that. Like I will sit here and tell you they suck ass. But
49ers are in last place.
I'm not a football supporter, man. I just all the political stuff going on and stuff. I just stay in my lane.
Yeah.
Stay in my lane.
Yeah.
Is that like
know,
the
for-
carpool lane or like
It's-
the regular people lane?
The
It's
one
weird
right
right
next
now.
to the carpool lane where I'm passing Tim on the
Oh.
right side. You know what I mean? And a little,
Asshole.
a little
Ooh.
massage sheet in his back.
I had a hard time getting into football, mainly out of like growing up in LA and like not having a team. Like I
Right.
remember having the Raiders for like 0.5 seconds when I was like 4 years old. And then that was basically it, right? So I grew up going to UCLA like college football games, which were fun.
Mhm.
Right.
But like when it went to the
Drink a
professional
lot.
level, it was just fuck yeah. It was just always like Dodgers Lakers, which I haven't even checked on the fucking Dodger game tonight because like I've been hurt too many times before. So like they may have won. They may have won. I don't know. Who fucking knows at this point? They may have already won. I don't know. But
Where's my phone?
yeah,
The Dodgers.
No.
I'm not gonna
It's a
tell
weird
you.
point in time. It's a weird point in time right now with the Dodgers and Raiders doing so well, like as well as they
Mhm.
are. It's weird.
Oh, don't do him dirty. Oh.
Oh, he did him right.
2-1 Dodgers.
Okay, I don't want to talk about it anymore. No more.
Okay.
I want to wake up tomorrow and be like, hey, we fucking won it, baby.
If podcast tomorrow, I guarantee you, Alex has some post tomorrow about
Nobody
how his.
will know. Nobody. It's gonna be a week from now. If anybody
Go
follows
Doyers.
this
Well, okay,
podcast
okay,
in the
okay.
future
That's
tomorrow,
That's
in the
true.
Go
past,
Doyers.
True.
those Doyers. Hey,
Doyers.
Doyers. I remember when I first moved up here and somebody was like, oh, we should go to the spot. They have bacon wrapped hot dogs. I'm like, you mean a fucking Dodger dog? Like, put some fucking respect on my name, dog.
By the way, fuck the Dodgers.
Wow.
What?
Fuck you.
Not a
Anyway,
You
real
know what's
season.
Grind all day
No
long,
kidding.
baby.
2020.
What's crazy? The Giants haven't done really much, like since Barry Bonds.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
wait.
steroids are a big thing.
What? They won 3 World Series without Barry Bonds.
I can't even
Yeah.
back you on that. Yeah, like I
It was
can't
like
even-
every other year.
Okay. We're
Anyway,
not
enough
a
about sports.
podcast.
First, yeah, right. This is
I'm
the
just
wrong
being
podcast
a troll.
for that. We
I'm
can
just
start
being a
it up-
troll.
We
You
know
are a
that you're
troll.
being a
I
troll.
can't even talk to you.
Yeah, fucking
Just
Gallo 1224, Barry Bonds is the goat out here. Anyway, back
Hey,
to, back
future
to
podcast.
So Timmy,
Future podcast. Kids not allowed to have tequila anymore.
Agreed.
No,
Agreed.
no.
okay. First of all, I think that he's allowed to have tequila. He's not allowed. Yeah, he's not allowed to take pulls off a bottle of Cuervo 30
Yes.
seconds before we start.
Hey,
Today's
change the
podcast is
photo
sponsored by
from
Jose
it being
Cuervo.
a door panel.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Not at
What's
all. It's not at
Change
all.
the photo from it being a door panel.
Nobody else can see that but you. You need to not worry about what you can see because I'm transitioning back and forth
Okay.
through recording.
Okay. So back on
but I can
subject.
see the door panel.
The last
Why are we
person,
watching a door panel?
the
Oh my
last
God, I
person has
hate
to
you
say what
guys
he
so
would
much.
import would be Kyle. So Kyle,
Can we make guesses as to what Kyle will pick?
Yeah, go for it. Please do.
I know
Yeah.
exactly what it is. Can I pick it?
Because that's
No.
that's because I told you earlier.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
no,
know
that's-
cheating,
So
Tim.
like that. No, here we go. I want you to think about Kyle, Lord of Drywall, Master of Kraut.
That is so
What?
dope.
What?
I'm gonna go punch this drywall right now. Don't fucking look at me like
So
that.
let me ask you a question. When you punch the drywall, is that where you hide out your bratwurst? Is it in the walls?
You could smell it. You can find it.
Oh my God! If you heard it here first, folks. If you can smell it, you can find it. Anyway.
Oh my Lanta.
That's the
So-
name of the podcast. You can smell it. You can find it.
That is the name
Yeah.
of the podcast. Hey, we did it, baby.
Yay.
Yay. Last time we named a podcast off a one-liner, it did really good. Last episode performed well. So,
Yeah.
yeah, let's all take bets. Let's take bets.
Except for
Uh,
Timmy.
Why not? Oh, because fuck Timmy. That's
'Cause
right.
Timmy knows.
did
Timmy
follow-
knows. Timmy knows.
Timmy knows.
We all know. So everybody who doesn't like ruining the surprise for everybody else, what do you think Kyle would pick?
Bugatti Chiron.
Hey, Chris, go home. Go home.
I'm home.
Chris forgets that I can literally remove
I
you
don't know.
from the
I
podcast.
mean, I think I think Kyle will keep it in the German family. I can't pick one. I cannot pick one. I think it'll be German.
It's super predictable.
Okay.
It is super
It's
predictable.
If
This is
I
like-
could pick for Kyle and it was German, I
You're
would have
fucking
picked
cheating.
like the new generation Scirocco. No, it's not what he picked. I
Okay.
would have just picked the new generation Scirocco.
That's
I
actually
do
a
wish.
really
I
yo.
That's
do.
not a bad
Yeah.
idea.
Yo, that's a fucking. I'm gonna save this tab so that I can like circle back. But Timmy makes a good point. Like,
That's an
what
awesome
was like
car.
a Mark 6 fucking
I think
right?
so. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I really wish
wow.
they brought the
Your
Scirocco
boy
here.
can't spell, but he knows his generations
It's
of
fine.
fucking
Just look
German
at that.
hatchback.
Just look at
Where
that.
Kyle go?
So this is a oh, Kyle left again.
I'm
But
here.
this is a perfect example of like the shit that we deal with in the States. Like the cool shit that we just fucking don't get for
Like,
no
that
reason.
is so sick.
It's
That's
a
a wide
fucking
body-
GTI. It's a GTI.
Wide body GTI. Wide body
It's
GTI.
not even wide. It just looks wider. It's just a different body GTI. It's not
Yeah.
any wider.
Did they look
Literally-
at the Mark 7? Did they make? I'm pretty sure they made a Mark 7.
It probably
Yeah,
was
I think they
dude.
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
That's
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at
That's
that.
pretty
Look
wet.
at
That's
that.
pretty wet.
But here's the thing: is that this is what's really annoying? Is that this car has, if I'm not mistaken, the exact same wheelbase and track width as Kyle's car. So effectively,
Sure.
it's the same car with a better body that they just decided to not send here. The engine is the same, the transmissions are the same, the interiors are different because it's a Scirocco and not a
They made a
GTI.
Scirocco R too. Damn.
Yes,
Look,
sir.
at the,
They
look
make-
at the early 2000s.
Oh, yeah, the early, well, even like because we got the Corrado
Because they've had. Hold on. You may have to search this up, but I think
That's
the
okay.
Scirocco started in like the 80s.
It did.
Yeah.
The first gen Scirocco was in the 80s, and we got the
I
first two
mean-
generations of Scirocco.
Probably MK5
Yes, we did.
or 4. I don't know. Was my favorite model though.
No, I
Like
think you're
Mark-
thinking of the Corrado, dude.
What's the Corrado?
I'll show you.
Nah, it's a Scirocco. I know that I'm thinking.
No,
of.
it's not.
If it's
No,
this
that's-
thing,
Oh, that-
no.
if
that's
it's that
sick.
thing,
And
it's
that came with the
definitely-
VR6 supercharged motor. Was
that
awesome.
came with the
What?
Wookiee in it. Yes, that thing came with the fucking Wookiee in it. I love those things. That was one of the coolest fucking looking cars ever. if you had a nice exhaust on that thing with the VR, obviously Wookiees sound dope. I think everybody who knows
The
anything
Wookiee.
about.
That is, yeah, that's the VR6 motor. So that is
So
probably
it sounds
the
like
best.
like it sounds like
Oh
fucking
no,
yeah.
no
So
shit.
so they call
Yeah,
it the
it
Wookiee.
is the best sounding exhaust, V6, technically V6 exhaust.
VR6s are great engines. Those
Yeah.
fucking things are sick. They're bulletproof. They make cool fucking sounds. They make good power. They're small. They're compact. They're light. I mean, I mean, I think the only like mainstream-ish pseudo sport compact with the V6 in between the front axles was like a fucking Mazda 626, which nobody knows
God,
of.
my
'cause
mom and dad had one of those. I felt so bad for them.
my homie Gil had two, and
They
the
had that
first one
shit bought
caught
back.
on
Let me know.
fire.
Not even no joke. They had that shit bought back.
Yeah. No,
All right.
so yeah,
Any
no,
other
Corrados were tight. So anyway,
Dude,
Any
that
other
purple's
guesses?
dope. That purple's
yeah,
so
and-
dope.
yeah, the techno purple is super dope. Any other guesses?
What I was talking about was the 2008. The 2008 Scirocco is the earliest model that they brought it back at.
Oh, that's right. There was a. I can't spell.
No, you can't.
I
But
can't
it's
either.
okay.
First of all,
But I
Scirocco is a
that
stupid
spell is
word to
so
try to
sick.
spell. Yeah, no, that's a
Oh,
great
I
looking
like that
car.
better now.
You guys
That's
try
sick.
this again.
Yeah.
See what Kyle you think Kyle's got.
If I had to pick
Eh.
a car for Kyle, and this is me like
Hating.
this
Hate.
is me really no, this is me really digging deep. This is me really digging deep. Part of me thinks that he would want like a right-hand drive Mark II GTI, like an imported,
Oh,
That is not a bad guess at all.
like an
That's not bad.
OG
That's not bad.
quad headlight. Because I have a
Hell
soft
yeah.
spot for those. I fucking love them. They're like 90 horsepower, but it's the slow car fast versus the fast car fast. You just fucking thrash the shit out of it all the time, and you can like pedal to the metal it everywhere
They
you
would
go.
take it all day long.
And you don't get
That-
a speeding ticket because you're only doing 40 miles an hour.
It's like when
every
VTEC kicks
car,
in.
every car
Yeah.
is fast in first gear, bro.
Bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Hands down.
Yeah. So that would be
Probably, yeah, that is one of my favorite GTIs of all time. I mean, it doesn't even have to be right hand drive; it could be left hand drive. The Mark II is one of my favorites, by far. So
I mean, it's cool. It's got that cool interior. It's that same kind of appeal that like old American cars have a very specific appeal in that they're big and they're heavy and they feel stout. Even the light ones feel heavy. Like even when we were at Mike's homie's house the other day, and like Mike was, we're talking a 60. He had a 70 Nova with a 454 in it, right?
that
It's
thing's
all
tight.
steel. That thing's
Yeah.
tight. And Mike was like, "What's the weight?" And I'm like, "Dude, this thing's like no more than 3,400 pounds." And it's like there's like 7 wires that run the whole car, right? Like there's no wiring harness, there's no airbags.
Technically
there's no-
8.
all true. That's fair. If you count all, yeah. But it's like they're just really dumb, really stupid. So they're light, but they just have a different feel to them. Old European cars, Japanese cars, because of the roads that they're designed to handle, the windy roads, the narrow city roads, all that stuff, they always handle really, really well.
Yeah.
Whereas-
Well, it's a testament, right? It's
Yeah,
a testament.
yeah.
to, like Europeans had Group B and we had Chevelles and Novas.
We had NASCAR.
NASCAR. Yeah.
NASCAR.
Yeah. We go left,
Left.
and we go
Yeah.
Then we
left.
go left again.
Here we go left
Might
one
go
more again.
one right.
Send
then
it
we go
one
left
more again. Yeah, no, it's just
Right. I mean, we had leaf spring suspension. They had full on coilovers.
it's true.
Yeah.
But it's like it was like a
I'm just too poor and stupid.
well, all of our roads, like I mean, if you look at like all of the roads, they're all long and straight and flat, right? Like all of
Right.
the curves on American roads were literally just I'm gonna get nerdy for a second. All the curves on American highways were only put in on purpose so people didn't fall asleep and crash. That's it. That's the only like if you look at like I-5 or the 10, which
Oh,
is
100%.
damn near straight for 260 straight miles. It just kind of slightly curves this way and that way so that you have something to pay attention to. Because it's made for transporting people as fast as possible, transporting goods as fast as possible, whatever. You go to Japan, you're talking about Japan, which is island, shit's on mountains, you got to go up and down. Like your cars have to handle it. You can't have big, wide, fat, lazy cars like we had here, right? And all of the racing was drag racing or NASCAR, and it's straight line, this and that.
Right.
So I think it is a testament to that, to Chris's point. Like, I think a lot of us, do we love American car culture? Like, yeah, dude, hot rods are sick. Like, they're loud, they're fast, they're fucking dumb. But it's like, I think
Still want
the
to see
biggest,
10. Still want to see 10.
yeah. But it's like
Gas Monkey Garage's C10. Dude, that Coyote motor in that thing.
that was tight. But I wouldn't coyote
Yeah.
motor the 10,
I don't
but,
care. I don't care.
Yeah.
Video after what's his name bought it back from Gas Monkey Garage. The painter.
Oh yeah,
Jesse J?
Casey.
No.
Casey.
Yeah, when Casey did his
Yeah.
video.
No, the green one. You're talking about the green one. Yeah, I mean that shit's. But it's like you even look at that. You even look at like resto mods, right? Like you look at resto mods in the U.S. and it's like you're just trying to deturd something that was like never gonna handle
True.
well, right? Like you
True.
can
Right.
throw a $40,000 Roadster shop chassis underneath an old Chevelle, and it's like, does it drive better? Yeah, fuck yeah, it drives better. Does it handle corners as well as like a Civic Si? No.
No.
Not even close. Like, you know what I mean? As well as it doesn't handle corners as well as Kyle's GTI with fucking drag slicks on the front. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't have it in it.
No, it's true. It's 100% true.
Fucking true, dude. That's not what we do
Yeah.
here. So I think for a lot of like, you have your drag race guys, and I'm probably in the minority of here thinking that drag race cars are kind of boring. I don't know why. They just don't do anything for me. But like if you like, hooking stuff and drifting and all that stuff, like you always kind of feel like the grass is greener on the other side, right? And I think that there's like, especially with things like grid life, which has become a big thing, and like HGPDs and HPDEs and all that stuff, like there's tons of cool shit we didn't get, right? There's tons of cool shit we wish we got, and you kind of feel like transplanted from like your preferred car culture. But
Yeah.
let's get back to the point at hand. Kyle,
Yeah.
if you could import one car that we didn't get, what would it be?
The poor man's Porsche 911 Mark 7 GTI Club Sport S.
Ooh.
So if Kyle could have one
Wait,
car,
what?
it's
That
the
is
same
not what
car
you said
he already
before.
had.
What? What is this?
That is
What is
not
this
what
thing?
you told me.
That car is cool. That car is cool.
It's a two-seater GTI, obviously two-door.
Here's a factory one.
2-liter Golf R turbo. You can get a manual or DSG. I mean, I would rather get the DSG. But it was just like, it looked like just like my car, right? Had a straight or a strut bar that went in the back, a cargo net, like factory, 2 bucket seats in the front. And it was just a truck built car, and that's all it was for. And then, I mean, obviously you can daily drive it, and
Wait.
you can also,
Go to the ass real quick.
Which one?
To the
looks
right.
like mine.
Far right. With the
There you
wing. Yeah. Oh wow, that wing's aggressive looking.
Yeah, that has a different wing, obviously wheels. I think it has the performance brakes, or they call it the performance package brakes. And then the front bumper is
But
different.
wait, you said
obviously
it was
for
a
mine.
Mark 7 though, right?
Yeah,
it's the
Mark 7. There you go.
Ooh.
Oh,
here's the
that's
interior shot.
wet. That's so
Ooh.
wet.
That's factory. Like that's factory. Like
Okay, we can't do this
I
because
mean-
it's fucking Pinterest is a dickhead. But and then this is look at this. Like this is
Right.
Ooh. I like that.
That's
So for
I
everybody
actually
who's listening, it's a place of a rear seat. It has a cargo net and a roll bar. So not a roll bar, but like a
it's a support
strut
brace,
bar. It's
like
a
if
rear
you will.
strut bar. Yeah, but it's got some very
So-
aggressive looking bolsters on some very nice looking seats.
Those
that
are
looks
Recaros.
comfy. That looks
Are
way
they Recaros?
comfy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact name off the top of my head, but
Is that a suede steering wheel?
Yes, it
that
is.
is. Yeah. Alcantara.
This is full on
Yeah,
track
get it
car.
right, Alex. Alcantara, bruh.
Bruh.
Which is just fake suede. Don't even fucking call
Shut
it
up.
like that.
You gotta say it right though.
So I actually
back.
like legitimately I contacted a company in Australia,
I think it's sick.
and he this individual and his company sold the actual Club Sport S strut and cargo net, and I had placed an order, gave him monies, everything. Haven't heard, like it was like, hey, it's going to be a couple weeks for shipping because it's coming from Germany. And I was like, you know what? I'm not in a rush. Just ship it when you can. Go to find out that now you can only order it off of VIN-specific Club Sport S GTIs. And I only ended up with the rear seat delete.
Which is what you
Oh.
have in now.
Yeah, which I have now because I mean, you know, those of you that follow my Instagram, I don't have rear seats anymore. Because I'm basically trying to replicate, you know, over time the Club Sport S.
The all German manufacturers that way. Even like we all work for Porsche. Like GT3 RSs will come with roll cages, magnesium roll cages. They come with different exhaust systems. They come with all this different stuff over
You say
in Europe.
magnesium roll cages?
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds sketchy as fuck.
And
Like,
legit
What?
have you ever seen magnesium catch on fire?
stupid.
What?
But
Google
the
Shit is sketchy as fuck. Anyway,
is magnesium is it titanium? I don't
I
remember
would hope
whatever
it'd be
it is.
titanium and not
Maybe it's
magnesium.
titanium. I don't remember what the hell it is. But like legitimately, we've tried to order them for customers, and they are legit VIN specific numbered roll
Yeah.
cages, exhaust systems. Like you cannot import that to the United States unless someone buys one for whatever reason, puts it on his car, or doesn't put it on his car, and turns around and sells it to you illegally in the United States. Like you legit cannot get your hands on one. It's stupid because it's against regulations in the United States.
It's DOT, yeah. So that's like a really good point. Like DOT and HTSA are like a giant thorn in the side of like all auto, because like think about like laser headlights, right? The laser LED headlights that they've had in Germany for like 3 to 4 years. We still can't have them.
Are you talking about the
BMW and Audi,
that
they
one
both
that
do
came in
like
the
damn, what are those
yeah.
called?
The what?
It's the Matrix
Came in the
headlights. The Matrix
R8,
headlights.
right?
The major what? The
Matrix.
Matrix headlights?
Matrix
That's what it is. The Matrix headlights.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can't have those because we're
Oh.
like behind. And like if you go and you look at like dude, DC4 Integras in Japan had full on fucking HIDs from the factory in 04. We didn't start getting HIDs till like 2012 because NHTSA and DOT said that they were too bright and they distract other drivers with their
That's because
safety.
But you make
It's 'cause of NHTSA
HIDs that can go into my Chevy Tahoe and blind everything on the road.
Right.
You
With
sell
the
it
not
AutoZone.
proper
You
reflector.
sell it AutoZone.
No,
Yeah.
from
The whole
AutoZone.
thing's fucking stupid. But even this car, like this Mark 7 Club Sport, like this is a car that is essentially for lack of a better term, other than like, you know, the wheels and the front bumper, it's a Volkswagen parts bin car, right? It's got
Yeah.
some special seats, it's got a special steering wheel and a special front bumper. Every other functional part of that car is you know, Volkswagen Group parts bin, right? You pull it
Right.
off this car, pull that off that car, put it all together, blah blah. Kind of like the Mero Z01s, 1LEs, all that shit. Pull some parts off of that, pull some parts off of this, put it on this car, fucking send it. But it's like we don't get that stuff. Why? Because nobody in the U.S. buys hot hatches, right? Like look at like the Mini Cooper, like the GXPs, right, or the GPs, whatever the fuck they are, right? Which are ridiculously overpriced, granted. But I mean, they're like 44 grand or some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But it's like
Well,
it's
no,
a shock to me that we even get that.
It's all
What's that?
politics, dude. It's all politics, 100%, right?
I don't think it's even politics. I think it's a
safety
matter.
standards.
It's safety standards. It's the fact that the enthusiast culture in the United States is officially a subculture.
Hold on.
Right.
So speaking of safety standards, right? So Chris, speaking of the safety standards, so
Mhm.
Porsche back in 2004 and 5 when they were producing the Carrera GT, they wanted to produce, I think it was 1,600 units. They originally submitted to the U.S. so they're going to build 1,285, which is what they built. They wanted to build 1,600. They changed their mind. The United States requested that they crash another, I think it was 8 to 10 cars. That's $500,000 a car.
Yeah.
So
Right.
the United States requested they spend another $5 to $6 million just to produce an extra 300 units, a little more than that. The profit margin wasn't there. So
It doesn't make any sense.
There just makes no sense to do any of that. So that's why, like a lot of the cars that don't meet safety standards, that's why
Right.
they don't come, because the United States has got all these stupid DOT regulations that like you got to crash X amount of cars to prove that your car is safe. Well, why? Like
There's
the rest of the-
there's no like
Exactly.
reciprocity, right? Like, so you look at like Germany, and like TUV is way stricter than it is,
oh, 100%.
right? But that's not good enough for NHTSA or DOT, right? The only reason the GT2 RS was even allowed to come to the States was because it's built off a 911 and they had crashed enough 911s
Correct.
and it being a similar chassis with no adjustments to the crash structure that they were allowed to bring the car here, right?
Correct.
We were
That's
talking
a
about
beautiful
one
car,
off.
by the way.
It is a beautiful car, amazing. Kind of creamed
Yeah.
myself the first
Yeah,
time
yeah,
I
yeah.
saw one.
Sexy.
Not gonna lie. Anyway, like that's the only way. So when you're talking about really specific one-off shit, like yeah, are they gonna bring hypercars here? Like yeah, they're gonna bring hypercars here. Like we have a disproportionate amount of billionaires in the United States, right? So there's
Correct.
a market for that shit.
Correct.
So it makes sense to just send them the chassis and fucking be done with it. But a lot of like little stuff, right? Your R34s, your R33s, so they made 30,000 R32s, period, right? Does it make sense to send enough of them here to crash when the engine won't pass smog anyway? And it's just like, right? It's just XYZ. Like, cause like I don't think we've talked about it before, but it costs 10 grand to make an R32 legal. Wow. Right?
Damn.
So,
What?
yeah, in California anyway. It costs 10 grand to make an R32 legal in California. Which they're adding extra shit that never came on that car from the factory. Extra
Tons.
cats, all this shit. So you're making the car worse performance wise, right? Whatever. In order to be able to drive it in the state of California, which I understand the logic, right? I understand the logic, I understand where they're coming from, but it's also like, it's unfortunate that to be somebody interested in a hobby where the side effect of what we do is shit goes in the air.
Right.
Depending on what state you're in, you're kind of behind the ball, which is why you get people figuring out how to register shit in Florida and gray market cars and all this shit. But that's also how you end up in the situation of like MotorX, where you get a bunch of illegally imported R34s. And out of 11,000 total R34s that were ever manufactured, I think like 20 of them got crushed and put in impound lots stateside
Rip.
because they were brought over illegally.
Yeah.
And they weren't like MotorX was supposed. So dude,
Oh.
real quick to
Oh,
finish
you
this
haven't heard
pod
about
off
this?
because yeah, we'll finish this pod off on this note, and this is actually kind of a good endpoint of the perils and pitfalls and the reasonings why we don't get the cars that we love. Top Rank, right? Sean from Top Rank used to work for MotorX, which was the exclusive importer at the time of Skylines into the United States. And he brought over R34s. This is like in 2001. So this
Yeah.
is way before 25-year exportation rules, all that shit.
Yep.
He
Right.
got a set of guidelines that if he followed it, he was allowed to legally import and license R34s in the state of California so I was in high school. It was in 2003, 2004, right? So it was 16 years ago.
Mhm.
It was so expensive. And apparently the other guy who was running Top Rank, not Sean. Sean was always like the by the book dude. He was the one that figured out how they had to do it legally. And he stepped away from MotorX when he caught wind of what the other guy was doing, because he was basically taking money from customers for all this work that they were supposed to be doing it, not doing it, telling the state of California they had done it, right? Which is adding which is like adding door bars for crash tests, adding cats, adding all this other shit that he wasn't doing, sending the cars down the road, and using all that money and spending it on hookers blow. Essentially what the guy was doing, right? Like
He's
real
living
talk.
American dream. He's
Yeah, he
American-
was living the
right?
American
The
dream.
fucking-
But the side effect of that was, and some people that bought these things got off with a slap on the wrist, and they even got like special registration vouchers where they're allowed to keep their cars or whatever.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Then there's a cut that, but it's like we're talking like sub double digit numbers of those cars are out there.
Oh wow.
Maybe.
But there were quite a few cars, and I even my buddy Jamal knows somebody that had his R33 towed out of his front yard by the feds and crushed.
Well,
Oh.
Now I want you to think about how that feels. Like, think about the fact that you own this crazy car, this Halo car that you never got to
I
get.
feel bad he didn't have a garage.
Yeah. 100%.
It's LA, homie. A lot of people don't have a garage.
100%.
But
Who wants to live in LA?
Yeah. but so it's just one of those things where did we not get a lot of shit that we could have got? Yeah, probably so. But at the same time, it's like if you do want one of these cars, like do it right. Like you know what I mean? Unfortunately, this is the situation we're in. Yeah, we got shafted out of a lot of cool shit, but do it right. Do it the right way. There are cars you can import relatively inexpensively, and depending on the state you're in, like even like JZX 100s chasers, like I was talking about. You know, those things for like 24 grand, and depending on which state you're in, you don't need to do anything sketchy to register it or whatever like that. So
Yeah.
And just so we're clear, so everybody knows, like, what Kyle lied to me about before the podcast is that he actually chose to bring the Ford RS200 Escort. And he lied to me.
Yeah,
Black
I
had
have
the
a-
only one, right?
I have
Black
the
had
soft
the only-
spot for that.
But
I
like
was
legit,
totally down for it. I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I can't wait till Kyle talks, and then he brought up the Volkswagen. I was like,
you lied to me.
The betrayal. They're
Right.
Volkswagen
Yeah.
brothers.
Oh,
of course
yeah.
he's gonna feel a betrayal.
I know, right?
so
But
hurt.
no, legit. Doesn't Black have the only stateside RS200?
I think so.
Yeah, and it's in Utah, which you can fucking
Crosworth?
You can put anything in Utah.
yeah, unless it's a diesel truck, just ask
Yeah,
Heavy D.
Foreman,
Anyway, that's a whole other,
Teslas, whatever you want.
it's a whole other thing. Anyway, guys, we're gonna call that a show. If you've listened this far, please like, subscribe, follow at any preferred platform. We will be releasing more YouTube videos, more YouTube content. In fact, by the time this video launches, we should have a couple of Drift Companion videos up and live that everybody should check out. Me and my homie Jamal will be doing those this week. So please check those out if you haven't already, even though this is taking place and shipping after that. Whatever. Figure it out. You can find us at Rev Match Podcast on Instagram, Rev Match on YouTube, and Rev Match on TikTok. We've been doing a couple little things on TikTok. You can find me at night.sti on Instagram. Chris, what is your socials? Please are your socials.
Cupcake. Charlie. Uniform. Peter. Charlie. Victor. Kilo. Echo. Underscore.
He acts like this is the parts department.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my god.
That
That took so long.
TIMMAYYY 916.
Kyle.
Dysfunctional Mark 7 DYS FNL _MK7.
He remembered it this time.
You can find me at Redfield SDI. Like, subscribe, follow, check us out. Please support our channel.
Share.
Tell everybody, and then, thanks again, guys. Thank you for joining us. We will be back in a couple weeks for the next one, and have a good night, day / whatever. Take care. Peace out.